Ohio. We've gathered here today from across this great state of Ohio with an overcast of clouds that overshadow the freedom and decency of we the citizens who work, live, play, and protect. As one who has been called by God to speak prophetically, my assignment is to admonish, warn, direct, encourage, intercede, preach, teach, and call the people to action. I find it no coincidence that we gather on the week following the commemoration of the 43rd anniversary of the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis, Tennessee, where he was meeting to speak on behalf of garbage workers who sought the ability to collectively bargain. They wanted, like you, to sit down at the table and discuss wages, benefits, a safe work environment, not only for the middle class, but for all classes of people. 4 decades later, we find ourselves gathered here on our state steps, find ourselves today right back where we thought we would never return. Then it was for black garbage workers. Today it is for educators who have the minds of our children in their hands, police officers and fire personnel who protect and ensure our safety, and industrial and government workers who keep our state afloat. Today, you have gathered from the north where the state kisses the Great Lakes, from the east where we're embraced by the mountains of Pennsylvania and West Virginia, from the west where we are touched by Indiana, and from the south where we're held up by Kentucky to speak and to be heard. We expect a response, and that is in the best interest of the state, for the people and by the people. I said we expect a response. It has been said that the recent actions of our legislative and government occurred was to bust up the unions. Well, busting up has begun. We're going to bust them up, bust them right out of office. Busting up has occurred when our democracy is in question. Busting up has occurred when our civil and social rights have been cast down. Busting up has occurred when we don't know if our children will have proper health care. This country was founded on principles of equality and justice for all. The founders of our nation sought liberation from a government system where they had taxation with no representation. Some 235 years later, we find ourselves in an atmosphere that predates the American Revolution. We the people are restless. We the people are tired. We the people no longer are sleeping giants. As a matter of fact, this morning the giant woke up from his long winter sleep. And the giant has registered to vote. And the giant is about, keep my mic on. I said the giant has woken from his long winter sleep, and the giant is about to cast its vote. So today, I hear the words of the prophet Amos. Let justice run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Justice and righteousness will not run as long as there is a political dam of self-interest and power-driven agendas. It will not run down when those of us who live, work, and play sit by apathetic and do not become involved in the political system. This is a call to action to defend the dignity of the worker and their family. It's up to you. It's up to you. You cannot be silent any longer. It's time for you to shout. Shout not through activity, but action. No more sitting down, but it's time for you to take a stand. As a matter of fact, do not just stand, baby, you've got to march. You've got to march until you've heard. March to every municipality, township, and city. March to every neighborhood and playground. March to every office building, fire station, police station, to every school, to every state employee and government employee, to every factory. March like mighty armies in defense of what we know is right. March, I tell you, and when you march, there will be a change. When you march, there will be a change. When you march, the walls will come tumbling down. March to every home, every apartment, to every complex and abode. Then you will be heard, not through fighting and ill-spoken words, not with put-downs or ridicules, but you will be heard through the power of the ballot. March together, my brothers and sisters. Don't you get tired. March together, my brothers and sisters. Don't you get tired. There's a great camp meeting. There's a great camp meeting on the ballot in November 2011.